Hello, hi everyone. Very good afternoon, everyone. Muaz Ali, good morning. Probably where you are staying is still morning, so very good morning to you, and very good afternoon from Malaysia. Thanks everyone for joining today. So I hope all of you can hear me clearly. If you can hear me clearly, kindly please respond in the comment area or in the chat box. Please kindly tell me if you can hear me clearly. If the sound is loud and clear, please let me know if it is clear. Okay, very good. Very good morning, Mutegi, Muaz, Francisca, Abdullahi, Sivarasa. Sorry, I couldn't read your name. My Mandarin is not that good, so very sorry. Okay. Um, Bambang, very good afternoon. Thanks for joining. Fantastic. So it's loud and clear. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for joining. Usman Bello, you always join, my friend. Thanks for joining all the time. Okay, thanks for joining. So, today's class is very specifically on designing questionnaire and instruments. So, therefore, the crowd today would be rather limited, but that is okay because we cannot always do general topics. We have to do very specific topics sometimes, specifically for uh, uh, um, students who are actually affected by a very key issue. Okay, this topic was designed and created based on the request of our students. Okay, when they go to my Google review site, there will be a lot of comments from students, and some of them specifically ask for guidance or teaching on how to design questionnaire and instrument. Okay, the questionnaire or instrument, they are the same. Some people understand it as questionnaire, some people understand it as instrument. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, the same thing. But instrument can be questionnaire, can be experimental setup, can be interview script, can be many form. But questionnaire is just questionnaire. Okay, there's nothing more to understand further on that. Okay, so very good afternoon, Suganti. Very good afternoon, Shavina. Very good afternoon, Hamza. Thanks for joining today. So let's get started. We have 15 different parts to cover today. All right. So please stay until the end. And today is a very special class because I'll be unveiling the latest template related to questionnaire instrument. Very latest template lah. Okay. Thanks for joining, Tamiendi. Hope you are well. Okay. So let's get started. So we are at the episodes 123 to 126. Okay, we are at the crossroads of almost hitting probably 150 very soon. Okay, but now we are at 126 max. So we finished yesterday's class beautifully. Very good view because a very general topic, so everyone likes to join. I think we are very soon to hit 2,000 views already. How to read a paper for literature review. Okay, who missed the class yesterday? Kindly let me know so I can share the link for you to go and watch the class in case if you missed out. Who missed the class yesterday? Okay, very good morning to you, Musaba, and very good afternoon from Malaysia, Musaba. So yesterday's class, how to read a paper for literature review. How many of you missed the class yesterday? Very good afternoon, Zara. Thanks for joining today. Okay, so Moas missed the class. No problem, Moas. That's totally fine. We all have things to do time to time. If you missed the class, here is the link for you to go and watch the class. All right. So make sure you guys catch up with the class. It's very important. Sivarasa missed as well. Hassan as well. I am sharing the link right now, and you'll be able to view it shortly. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that is the link. Okay, for you to go and watch yesterday's class. Very good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks a lot. So today we are focusing on designing questionnaire instrument. Okay, it's a very specific topics. The audience will be very low today because well, it's very specific, as simple as that. And then 23rd March is very general, writing review journal before proposal defense. We want to aim for early publication. That's our goal. Okay, and then choosing theoretical framework. For all your friends who are struggling with quantitative study, struggling with their proposals, struggling with their thesis, I need to let you know that Facebook would not have shown this class to everyone. That's how Facebook works, unfortunately. Okay, so therefore, I need your help to share the link of today's class. Okay, this is the link of today's class I'm sharing right now. Please share the link on your WhatsApp groups to you can broadcast it to your friends, um, Telegram group, wherever and right now, not whenever, wherever you can right now. Please share this link so they can come and join our class right now. Okay, so do help them out because most of them won't know that you're actually running a class. That's how it works anyway. Okay, so the upcoming two classes, 23rd March and 30th of March, for this month, these are the links for those classes. You can register yourself. But honestly, even if you register, unfortunately, sometimes Facebook would not show it to you. That, once I've started the class, it won't show it to you. That's how Facebook works. Okay, that's how actually they make money, unfortunately. Okay, so that is the link for you to go and register nonetheless, so that you won't be risk at missing the class. Okay, and sometimes we just completely forget, right? So those are the links for the upcoming classes. Okay, so coming to the question of the day, can you simply start designing questions for an instrument? Okay, let's say now you're writing a research proposal, right? And then from research proposal, you're already at chapter 3, and the next part is for you to start designing instrument with respect to your conceptual framework or with respect to the themes that you have allocated for your qualitative study. Okay, whether you're going for a focus group, or you're going for interview one-to-one basis, or you're going for a large-scale data collection quantitatively, can you simply start designing the questions for an instrument? Is that a right approach? Is that the right approach? Please let me know in the comment column. What do you think? Can you just simply start designing, putting the questions together? What you had for breakfast? What do you like for breakfast? What do you like to eat for lunch? How do you actually travel to home? Is that the right approach? Do let me know in the comment column. Let me see. It's okay if you're wrong. Okay, it's okay if you're wrong. It's totally okay, and it's okay if you're correct also. There's no right and wrong here. Okay, Iqbal said no. How about the rest? What do you guys think? Can you simply start designing your questions, start putting your questions together wherever you see deem appropriate for your framework? Vince also said no, and Shuhada also said no. Okay, so the answer is yes and no. Okay, yes and no. You can design questions, but not simply. The word there is don't simply design questions. Make sure you design questions that are valid. Okay, how to do valid instrument design? You must always refer back to literature, the constructs that you have, the themes that you have. Go and see how previous literature have actually designed those questions. Okay, or actually constructed those questionnaire. Okay, okay, I'm receiving some messages that some of them couldn't join the class. Okay, they cannot see where the class is appearing. Yeah. Okay. So, can you please, all of you, kindly tag your friends, whoever you know that supposed to come. I don't know who are these people, but who are the students, but whoever that you think haven't joined the class, please kindly tag them in the comment column. Don't forget. Okay, so they can come and join your friends, and make sure you hit the share button. Very, very important. Make sure you hit the like button also. Unfortunately, these three things are very, very important when you attend live classes, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook, wherever. That is how the entire world of social media works. Please share, please tag your friends in the comment column, and please kindly hit the like button. Okay, we have to adapt questionnaires. You can adapt or adopt. You can do both. All right, you can do both. So today we are going to cover all about questionnaires, design processes, validation processes, pilot processes, importance of instrument in publication as well, not just proposal and thesis. Also, how important is it in publication? The same, Jalil, the same. Instrument for qualitative research, you can adopt the whole thing and use it. But if you're going to design the interview questions, make sure that it is valid enough. You can get expert validation on that as well. Um, Hi, good to be back. Facebook won't let me click the link before this. Missed your classes few times already. That's what happens, Jaime. That's the problem with Facebook, unfortunately. We are already planning to go live on TikTok very soon. I think TikTok is a much better platform. That's why I'm also going live on YouTube as well, so that some people can watch it through YouTube. Please kindly, all of you, take 1 minute of your time, tag your friends, whoever you think that wants to join. Don't want to have problem like Suhaimi is facing. So tag your friends, take 1 minute, we'll pause for a while, and whoever haven't shared the class yet, there will be like an arrow button right there. Please click that button to share. Okay, all right. So I'll give you 1 minute to tag your friends, and then we shall continue. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, anything you want to share about your questionnaire instrument, about a research proposal, you can also ask the questions. I will answer. Okay, while waiting for that 1 minute, I will answer you guys also. No problem, Jalil. No worries at all. I hope you find the right instrument, the right interview script, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right. So let's wait for some questions. If there's no questions, then we shall continue as it is. Okay, so let's continue. All about questionnaire. Okay, all about questionnaire, not interview script. All about questionnaire. Questionnaire is a technique for collecting data. That's how social research is widely done, whether business related or social related, information system related, and so on and so forth. Okay, the single most important instrument in quanti or quali. Okay, questionnaire or interview script. Okay, so we also have a message from Sivarasa. Thanks for sharing. I had a problem with commenting, but when I refresh the page, it seems fine. Perhaps that's what they need to do. So for those who are having problem to ask questions in the comment column and so on, try to refresh or kill your app and then join back the class. Okay. Indeed, Dr. Tawa, yesterday's class helped a lot to find related instrument. No problem, no worries at all. I'm glad you joined yesterday. Okay, so it is the most sometimes some research may have a bit more complex research methodology. You might have mixed method, sequential mixed method, parallel mixed method. You might have quasi-experimental, where you need to use multiple instruments. You might use questionnaire, you might use focus group interview, you might use what do you call that, semi-structured interview. Many different questionnaire might take place in certain research. Okay, in certain research. Social studies are usually philosophical, so instruments are used to find out about how people think, how they feel, and their opinion perception. That is all that is very important when it comes to social related. When I say social related, business, information systems, psychology, history, accounting, finance, all these are categorized under social studies. It shouldn't be, but just a quantitative study or qualitative study per se. Okay, then you have closed questions and open questions. Closed questions are pre-decided. Ordinal data, okay, they are ranked 1 to 5, 1 to 7, and so on. Lacks detail because it's fixed. Closed-ended questionnaires, usually used for quantitative. Then you have open questions, which you mostly use for interviews. People can truly express what they think, but also very risky. Sometimes they express a lot, which will entirely deviate from what your research was all about. Suitable when detailed feedback is required and very time consuming. That's why for those who are doing qualitative research here, please kindly comment in the chat box. Qualitative research and mixed method. Anyone doing mixed method, anyone doing qualitative research, kindly comment, because I need to know. This one I need to share with you guys. Okay, we have Sivarasa doing mixed method. Okay, anyone else doing quali? Okay, we have mixed method. One more, we have quali, we have mixed. Okay, let me tell you guys for quali and mixed method. Graduating on time is rather challenging for you guys compared to doing quantitative. I have to be honest, because we are coaching a lot of thesis on quanti, mixed method. All right, and quasi experimental also. We are coaching a lot and consulting a lot of thesis and publication as well. It gets really complicated when you're doing mixed method, so don't waste any time that you have if you are doing mixed method. All right, because mixed method is very, very, very time consuming comparatively. To be fair to when you compare to quanti, mix is definitely complicated, and so does qualitative, which can be complicated and not complicated, but it definitely takes more time than quantitative because it is time consuming. Because let's say your interview question, okay, that one I'll come back in a while. Okay, I'll explain about that as well. Okay, So don't forget, to all of you who have just joined, templates at Telegram. Okay, we have all these templates placed in Telegram. You can go and download and use. Literature search database, critical literature review, literature summary, literature matrix, literature review, background writing, 7 steps problem statement, systematic literature review, abstract writing, blah 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 blah. And then we also have proposal, defense, viva questions, full thesis table of content, and then also databases hierarchy for literature review. And finally, today we are unveiling the latest one, which I'll share later in the Telegram group. Chapter 3, pilot study processes. For those who want to conduct pilot study, I have already given all the steps what you need to do. This template has 2 pages. Okay, I'll be sharing in PDF later. There are 6 steps for you to go through in order to carry out pilot processes. I will also let you request the template, but you need to stay until the end of the class so that I can tell you how to request for this particular template, which is extremely important if you're doing quantitative related research. Okay, sometimes mixed method also definitely you need this. Pilot also you can do for quali, but quali's pilot is a bit different. It's much more smaller group. Okay, so stay until the end. And you can also join our Telegram group via our link tree. Okay, for those who are not in our Telegram group, you can click this link tree here. This is the link I've given to you guys. Once you click that link, you'll basically arrive here. These are all the current classes. Okay, these are all the current classes. This is today's class. This was yesterday. These are 2 upcoming classes. And you can join Telegram group, Facebook, TikTok, all our notes, free video classes, everything is here. Okay, so if you want to make use of it, that is the link. Save it, keep it, make use of it. Okay, and most importantly, you can join Telegram group via this link tree right there. Okay, and before we continue further, don't forget, make sure you like, you hit follow. This follow very important. This follow only, once you click this, you can see our daily tutorials. Our Facebook page has daily tutorials, literally, for those who are unaware. That is another issue with Facebook. That's how Facebook works. Sorry, it's not me. On Facebook page, you can find a lot of tutorials. I just shared this one today. I think earlier, a couple of minutes or hours ago. This was yesterday, first chapter in a thesis proposal introduction. I shared this yesterday. Yesterday's class. This was how to write abstract. All the notes are here. If you visit our Facebook page, problem statement template. It's also here. You can go and check it out. Problem statement versus research gap. What is the difference? Abstract writing, more detailed one. All about publication. All you need to know about literature search, publication, and so on. Okay. And then a lot of motivational posts, a lot of notes, meta-analytics notes also here. So in case if you've never been to our Facebook page and don't know that we share daily notes, I've shared the link again. Okay, make sure you go and follow. And don't forget, now currently tag your friends in the comment column so they can come and join. Hit the like button and finally hit the share button. Don't forget. All right. So design processes. Design processes are further dissected into aims, length, design process of an instrument, pilot study, question order, terminology. Okay, what are those? First of all, under aims, you make sure that all the questions asked address the aims of the research. However, use only one feature of the construct you are investigating in per item. Otherwise, you'll have double barrel, you'll have overlapping questions and so on. Per construct, aim only one question. Next thing is the length. Theme also same. Qualitative theme also same. For the length, the longer the questionnaire, the less likely people will complete it. So don't have very long questions. Questions should be short, clear, and be to the point. Any unnecessary questions items should be omitted. That's where your pilot really helps. Pilot study. Run a small scale practice study to ensure people understand the questions. People will also be able to give detailed, honest feedback on the questionnaire design. This is also important when you write empirical publication, empirical journal. You must follow all this also. Unless you adopt the questionnaire and you see a publication, you see thesis, you can just reuse that in a different context. You just take that, you reuse, then you don't need to do any of this. Even pilot also, you don't need to do. you can just use it as it is. Okay. Question order. Question should progress logically from the least sensitive to the most sensitive, from the factual and behavioral to the cognitive, and from the more general to the more specific. You must create like a funnel. Cannot mix up. Suddenly talk about this, suddenly talk about this, suddenly talk about this. You shouldn't confuse your respondents. If you confuse your respondents, you know what will happen? I'll let you know what will happen shortly. Okay, the fun is awaiting us. Terminology, there should be a minimum of technical jargon. Make it as simple as possible. You're going to get respondents from employees, industry owners, company managers, directors, financial institutions, hospitals, health workers, many different perspectives. Make it as simple as possible because they are not PhD holders. They are commoners, common people. Make it, whether they are billionaire or millionaire or they are big VIPs, whatever, but they cannot understand sometimes, most of the time, they cannot understand your technicalities. So make it as simple as possible. Question should be simple to the point and easy to understand. The language of a questionnaire should be appropriate to the vocabulary. Very important to proofread your questionnaire. And you must also, your questionnaire, when you design it, make sure you do back translation. Okay, especially if you want to collect your data in BM, I mean Malay, or in your own language, Mandarin or whatever. You must have English, then you must translate to your original or intended other languages, and then back translate back. And there is a back translation matrix you need to do as well. We do all of that. That's why I know step by step how to do translation, back translation, and so on. So when you have instrument, you must translate to another language and then must also have back translation back. Okay. Soha, no standard. How many statements should be there? Because every subject area, every topic is different. So we cannot say this is what you must do. That would be wrong for me to say. What I would suggest you is please look at your current instruments, famous one, top impact papers. Look at the instruments, see how they have designed it in terms of word length, phrases, how many lines, all those things. Follow that because that is the norm in your area. Don't listen to anyone says this is how you must do it. No such thing. In research, there is no such thing when it comes to questionnaire. You must follow the right methodology and the research method RM lah, the right research methodology processes, and at the same time, you must also look at the literature how it is done in your area and follow the same norm of designing. Okay. So, red alert. Why red alert? Before this, I never give any red alert in any of the classes because you know why? If you design your instrument wrongly, if you don't follow the processes precisely, and if you fail to follow all this, whatever I'm teaching today, you can fail your PhD. You can fail you can get your paper rejected instantly. Okay, that rejection of paper is still okay. Failing PhD or reviva is what I don't want you guys to go through. Okay, don't ask questions that require your respondents to perform analysis for you. Don't give them too much of thinking issues. Give them the answer. Okay, these are the answers. Select immediately. Don't make them think a lot and figure out a lot. Okay, do not ask hearsay opinions on behalf of a group that they are part of. That is a conflict of interest as well. It might not be precise and not objective enough. Why you shouldn't do this? Why, when it comes to instrument, for the first time, I'm showing red alert. If you get it wrong, if you don't follow the processes right, your examiners can discard your questionnaire altogether. They say it's a wrong methodology. When the methodology becomes wrong, your entire results and discussions become wrong. And if that becomes wrong, you know ultimately what will happen to you. So be very, very careful. That's the sole reason I'm doing instrument design class, although I know not many will attend because it's not really meant for all my followers. But I still want to do it for the benefit of quantitative and qualitative followers. Okay, so that they know, please do not design your instrument without following the right processes. I've seen students who have instrument but proposal not done yet, conceptual framework not finalized, don't even have theory, but they have instrument ready. They say data all collected, done. I'll start laughing. I'll say, you guys are crazy. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Okay. Absolutely, definitely, Jalil, definitely. Because you know why? If you translate it using Google Translator, or if you translate it on your own without knowing, without having certificate, if it is wrong in the other language, okay, then you are going to collect wrong data. What happens if you collect wrong? Because they will answer you wrongly, because their understanding, their interpretation of the question might be something else. So what happens if it is wrong? If it is wrong, then they will answer wrongly. They will select, let's say, go one, two, three, four, five option. Instead of choosing three, they'll choose one. They'll choose two. Your hypothesis, it will be saying something else. And your results, once you analyze, is something else. They'll be like, what is wrong? Lah? How come? um, uh, what is why all the data I've collected, but when I run the analysis, I do smart PLS, I do NVivo, I do coding, I do Amos, I do SPSS, whatever you're using, why the outcome is not right? It's because of your instrument. It's because if you translated wrongly, if the vocabulary changes, the perception changes, the intonation changes, the perceived value of your instrument changes, everything will change. Okay, that's why you need proper translators to translate it. Not selling services here. It's okay. You can find any translators in the market. Make sure they know what is back translation. They must also know what is back translation matrix. Okay, Pubalan, if the university says no, provide proof of translation of the questionnaire items English to another language, is it okay? So should one? Okay, you are not getting a good translator, an experienced translator for the sake of university. No, you're not doing it that way. You're not doing it for that. You're doing it for yourself. Because if someone translates it wrongly, or you just say, I'm not saying you're a bad translator, you can translate it yourself. It's your risk. But if you translate it wrongly, the data will become wrong. End of the day, whatever you collect, because people are answering you based on perception, what your question is supposed to ask. If they understand it wrongly, or if the interpretation of the translation is wrong, becomes wrong, then your whole data set will be wrong. It will be answering something else, and you cannot meet your hypothesis. So what will happen? You have to go and recollect all the data again. Okay, sometimes you are forced to do data massaging, which we don't want to do if possible. So that is where instrument is very, very crucial. Okay, so it's not whether university wants. I understand your question, Balan. Definitely valid question, but it's not about whether university wants it or not. It's that you want it. Okay, because when you translate, let's say English to BM, how sure are you this translation is correct? How sure are you every construct, every questions that they translated actually gave the same meaning? How do you know? That's where back translation takes place. Okay, this is what we majorly do all the time. Back translation with its own matrix, so that when it comes back to English, what is back translation? This BM will become English again. Okay, why? So that you must make sure this English and this English are actually matching. They are the same. So then you know this BM is correct. Or this Mandarin or this African language or whatever language that you're using is correct. Otherwise, you don't know whether this is correct or not. Universities don't require it because I really don't know why they don't require it. They're supposed to require it. Okay, but anyway, so this is the whole reason of having back translation done. Okay, and I would like to also congratulate some of our past. This to give you a bit of inspiration for those who are stuck and really struggling, still struggling. Okay, I would like to share Dr. Faiza, who recently graduated, I think towards end of last year. Dr. Ravi as well. Okay, both of them are my very close friends. Dr. Faiza Mohsin and Dr. Ravi. He was in MMU. She was in UITM. She took 10 years to finish PhD. Okay, but she came to us towards the end because she had no choice. Beyond 10 years, she cannot continue anymore. All right. And finally, she came to us, I think, in the year of 2020, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2020 or right after MCO, something like that. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, because she knows she's stuck already, cannot do anything anymore, needs help. Otherwise, it's going to take forever, right? So finally, she graduated. Very nice photo. I hope all of you can take a very nice photo like this very, very soon. And also another very, very inspirational story, Dr. Ravi. Okay, my very good friend also. He is partially blind. Okay, partially blind. That actually delayed his PhD quite significantly, but he never stopped. So okay, that's when he came looking for me in my office, and finally he made it. Okay, finally he made it in MMU. I'm very very glad. Class of 2020, yeah, there you go. Class of 2020, he made it. And again, thanks for choosing our consulting and proofreading services. Okay, this can be you very very soon. Okay, so don't worry. Just keep on doing the right thing. Keep on progressing through the right methodology in your research, and keep pushing. Okay, I'm not telling make sure you graduate on time. Make sure you graduate before time. I don't push that. Okay, if you can, excellent. If you can graduate before time, I did so. um, it's great because you save a lot of time in your life. Okay, rather than going to university and getting scolding from supervisors and getting stressed out because of Viva and so on. But if you can't, then try to keep it under 5 years. 10 years is a lot of stress. You don't want to get there. Okay, another good example was Dr. Tahira from UITM. She's the coordinator of MBA program in UITM Johor now. She also took 10 years. She was crying to me in my office. I still remember that day. Okay, so focus and try to finish as soon as possible. I've given you a lot of resources on Telegram group. It's because when I see this kind of doctors who worked very hard and cannot get there, and I started designing all these templates just to, because I cannot help everyone. Honestly speaking, we cannot take on all the clients. We are already up till here. Okay, but I try to help as much as I can. Okay, as we go along. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, but try not to go more than 5 years. My goal, if you can, graduate on time or graduate before time, fantastic. But don't have a pressure on it. Don't listen to people saying that just keep writing every day. Just keep writing. Don't matter what you write. Just write. That is full of crap. Okay, I've been hearing that is full of crap. Um, you must only write what is supposed to be written, and you must write it properly. Okay, otherwise PhD is not okay. Examiners is not going to come to you. That there are people actually doing it. They say keep write every day. Write. You write. You have 400, 500 pages thesis. You will graduate. No such thing. That is crap. Okay, that is literally full of crap. Sorry, deviating from the topic. I heard this from a client yesterday who is very close, very dear to me. But she struggled a lot because of people teaching her wrong things. She wrote up to 300, 400 pages. Everything went down to bin. 2 years of her life gone. So write even 100 pages thesis also, if it is precise, right to the point, gives you the right methodology, right literature review, right result, right discussion, everything is good, you can graduate. Okay, I'm not saying you will. No, I'm not saying it is right, because Malaysian style, the thesis is like that. Okay, 200, 250 pages. Mine was only 218 pages in the UK, but I had 12 publications. Though I had 12 publications, ISI Q1 most of it, but still my thesis was only 218 pages. Okay, because I don't write crap. But if a university requires you to go that level, then you go that level. There's nothing you can do. But that doesn't mean you have to keep writing and writing without knowing why you're writing or what you are writing. Yesterday itself, we received 3 proposals. Okay, I don't want to name university. 3 proposals, each about 90 pages, 115 pages, and so on. All failed proposal defense. When I look at the content, look at the framework, I don't even want to comment about it. Okay, so don't simply write correcting. If you don't know, go watch my videos, 120 videos. Use my templates. Do the right thing. Okay, so I may delay because of my wife's death. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Post traumatic stress, anxiety is real. It's a massive problem. So I really understand your situation, Suhaimi. Don't worry. Whatever help I can do, I'll definitely do. Okay, not talking about money or whatsoever. Whatever free thing I can give, I will give. Make sure that you guys progress and complete. That's the most important thing. Okay, I know what the stress that I went through during my PhD. I don't want you guys to have the same problem. Okay, so now coming to at the same point, let's go to instrument validity for adaptation. Okay, adaptation, when you adapt questions and so on, when you never use it wholesomely from the same source, then you need to do validation. Very important. But if you adopt the whole piece, if you adopt portion put together, in certain circumstances, validation is not required. Okay, validation is not required. No problem, Sivarasa, no problem at all. Okay, because okay, about encouragement and so on, I hope this would help you guys mentally and emotionally. I went through shit during my PhD. Okay, that was the worst years of my life. When I turn back and look, I don't even want to do it. But that made me what I am today. If I can teach the whole world on how to write thesis, how to write papers, how to write everything, up to university graduate schools are inviting me to come and give a talk and so on, it's because of what I went through that. So you guys also must go through the same process, not suffering, but methodology, expert wise. Okay, you are doing PhD to become expert. When tomorrow people ask you what you did, you must be able to answer, not just sit down, write without writing, knowing what you are writing. Okay, so I hope you have a good journey. Okay, don't suffer like how I suffered, but get to the point. Okay, make sure you write the right content. So, coming to validation. Validity is defined as the degree of agreement between the claim measurement and the real world. That means, let's say you are modifying a questionnaire, you are adding your own questions, but you don't know whether you're asking the right questions or not. So, that's where validation is required. How to validate? There are four types of validation. Okay. Um, Okay, so adoption, yes, Jalil. Adoption is where you go to a paper, you go to a thesis, you look at the instrument, you can just use it as it is. You just take it and use it because all the validation done already. They would have definitely done it. Make sure you follow their validation process and cite those validation process in your research, in your proposal, in your thesis, in your paper. Make sure you do that. Okay, otherwise they would deem that it's not validated. All right. Methodology becomes wrong, your whole research becomes wrong. Take note on that. So there are four categories for validation when you adapt questionnaire. Adapt means you start modifying. Okay, you start adding, you modify, and so on. If even if you take from different sources, you don't really need to validate, but that depends on perception. Some people say you need to, some people say you don't need to. I would advise you to ask your supervisor as well. Okay, so validation comes to content validity, criterion validity, construct validity, phase validity. What are these? Okay. Content validity seeks to answer the question of whether the current test covers all relevant items or not, needed to answer the research question. Okay, that's called content validity because you might think you are actually covering, but you don't know yet. Criterion, degree of correlation between the current test to the predetermined standard. So you must go back to any current standard out there. The predetermined standard scores are those that had been tested by prior studies and had been held to be valid. Construct validity, degree to which the test actually measures what the theory claims. And phase validity, use the respondents to answer the question, does the survey or test measure what it intended to measure? This is the subjective view of the respondents to a survey, not experts. Use this as a test run before distributed the real survey. This can be part of your pilot as well. Okay, but for those who are translating without having proper translators, take extra care, be careful. You will have this problem. This is a very, very big problem that you will face. These are all the validation process you need to go through, right? What happens if not validated properly? You can fail your Viva. You can go for reviva. I've seen it before. Just because of one portion, never do validation. People will the examiners will can declare invalid for the whole thing. Okay, if drop few question, because what you can do is to be safe side, you can send for validation or you can ask your supervisor for advice. Okay, or if you can get certain literature that says that by dropping these questions, these kind of questions, construct validity, it doesn't affect the validity of the questionnaire. If you can find that reference anywhere, Hair et al or any RM related guys, you can do so because it's not the same rules for all subject area. Every subject area can be different. Okay, can be different. Okay, so what to do if you are stuck? For those who are stuck, have all these questions, have all these problems that you're going through already, don't worry. Okay, not only for students, even supervisors. Okay, these are all professors from this from UPM, Prof Barakatun, and Prof I think Siti from UM. They all came for data analysis consultation. Okay, even professors. So don't worry if you don't know. And also a lot of students. Okay, but we cover a lot of area: publication, content editing, thesis, examiner response, publication. A lot of people also ask us, do you cover ERA? Do you cover Myra or not? We don't. ERA is too simple. You can do it yourself. Don't waste your money. Okay, we completely and entirely and utterly focus on Scopus, Web of Science, two only. All right. thesis examiner response, proposal defense examiner response, PhD proposal consultancy, the entire journey from 10 pages right until proposal defense, we can coach you through. Confirm, can get minor correction if you follow my steps correctly. Confirm, I'm not simply saying this. Defense Viva preparations, this is as part of our proposal steps, okay, and also your thesis step. We will prepare you for Viva and defense. Thesis to journal conversion, this is our primarily best selling service. All of it are best, but this is the best of the best because students know they can, when they want to graduate, the publication is already there. They know systematic review, concept paper, all of that, those can be done. And finally, today's class, we are very, very good in this data analysis and interpretation. Smart PLS, SPSS, AMOS, Stata, eViews, MATLAB, all these items. Okay, so any of you stuck, need further advice, get in touch. No problem. Okay. Soha, do we need to send our question to any expert if you adapt and modify? Okay. Do we need to conduct at or no? Depends on the instrument. Okay, depends on the instrument. If the depends on the nature of the instrument, you must follow the right validation process that you require. Okay, I cannot tell for one specific case because a lot of people tend to do it as their knowledge is very limited. But for me, every subject area is different. Every subject area has different requirements. Every supervisor have different requirements even. Okay. Is it possible to paraphrase the adopted questionnaire to avoid wrong translation? Ooh, that is not really a good thing to do because you may change the meaning. You must be very good. We do proofread a lot of instrument, but we try not to paraphrase because you can change the actual intended meaning. Be very careful when you do that. Okay. Okay. How to another prospect of finding the right instrument. For the right instrument, you must have the right literature review. To have the right, they all connected, to have the right literature review, you must read the right papers to ask the right critical literature review questions. Okay, a lot of people fail to do that, and in turn they get the wrong instrument, they get the wrong theory, they get the wrong variables. If you do your if you do the literature review correctly, most of the problems will be solved. So therefore, go and check out my template in Telegram group, how to actually conduct literature review. Critical literature review template. Questions by Dr. Tawa. We have all together 17 questions. When you read a paper, segment by segment, I've explained. Start by understanding the paper, familiarity, critical analysis, apply your thought process, how you intend to do it. Let's structure literature review. Make sure you go through all this, ask all these questions when you read a paper. I've already taught in yesterday's class, how to read a paper. That was how to summarize, but I did not teach how to actually ask the appropriate questions when you read a paper. Okay, I already showed you yesterday where to find the research gap yesterday. So this one you can download from my Telegram group. If you're not there, let me know. I'll share the class. Okay. And for those who missed out all our previous classes, you can find those in our Facebook page. Okay, in our Facebook page, right here. This is our link to all the Facebook videos. Okay, this is yesterday's class. Okay, and the rest of it you can find it here. All right, you can find all of it, 123 classes, including yesterday's class. Balan, Doctor, your views on having dual language question, English and translated language? Yes, it depends on your respondent. If your respondent has more, you might need more languages. We have done translation Spanish, Indonesian, even even English to not only Malay, English to Indonesian as well. That's a different language. Then Mandarin. We had one thesis focused on Spanish, Indonesian, Malay, and Mandarin. 4 languages because they are respondents from various sectors. Okay, so it depends on your study. Next thing, pilot processes. So validation done, instrument done, adaptation done, adoption done. Now pilot processes. Under pilot processes, there are 6 steps you need to complete. Okay, 6 steps. Establish phase validity. Okay, that is 2-step processes. The first is a group familiar with your topic who can evaluate if your question successfully capture your topic. This is your pilot respondents. Okay. The second review should come from someone who is an expert on question construction, ensuring that your survey does not contain common errors such as leading, confusing, or double barrel questions. Double barrel means the same question might be asking two questions. That's why I say don't simply go sit down and start designing your own questions without all the validation required. Okay, double barrel question is very dangerous. Run a pilot test, select a subset, usually about 10% would do. About 10% of, let's say, 200, you select 20 people. Okay, so and then run pilot on them, the same questionnaire. Clean collected data. How do you clean? Enter your collected responses into a spreadsheet to clean the data. Once the data is entered, your next step is to reverse code negatively phrased questions. That means 1 to 5, sometimes you need to spin 5 to 1. Okay, maybe the answering process is wrong. That's why pilot is important. If you adapt, if you adopt, it's okay. All right, so that is how you clean. Also double check minimum maximum values for your overall data set. If you use a 5-point scale, you see a response indicating the number 6, you may have an error with data entry. Okay, that's called cleaning. That's called cleaning. When you must use PCA to get this, and this is all part of analysis. I'll go into what is PCA, internal consistency, in a different class. Okay, in a different class. I don't want to drag too long today, but these are the steps you need to follow. Absolutely follow. PCA, you must get the scale runs between negative 1.0 to 1.0. Solid value you must look for is 0.6 or above. Okay, let's say you don't need to understand what is PCA. That is fine. But you need to do PCA. Okay, it's a statistical parameter technique. And then check internal consistency. Okay, this is, you must use Cronenberg alpha between the questionnaires also. Test values range from 0 to 1. Should generally be at least 0.6, 0.5, your significance, okay, or higher to indicate internal consistency. If you have a low value of 0.6, some CA programs let you delete a question from the test to see if it improves consistency. If it does, you may want to consider deleting the question from the survey. You can delete also. Next thing, revise your survey. The final thing after pilot, why you do pilot is to revise, if it requires to revise. The final stage of the validation process is to revise your survey based on the information you gathered from your PCA and Cronenberg alpha. If you run across a question that doesn't neatly load onto a factor, you can choose to delete it. If the question is an important one, you'd rather not delete it, you can always retain it, analyze it separately also can. Validating your survey question is an essential process that helps you to ensure your survey is truly a dependable one. That's why you're doing it. You want to make sure that your adapted questionnaire is truly dependent, is truly dependable. Okay, so we are almost towards the end already. Okay, today, this one is a very short class today. Instrument precision is also very, 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 very important in publications. If you want to publish in Q1, Q2, Web of Science journals, or even Scopus Q1, if you never do proper instrument validation, let's say if you never do proper instrument validation, then the chances of you getting rejection is absolutely high, 110% high. Publication is very, very important. These are some of our recent papers that were published in PLOS 1, Q1 impact factor 3.24 empirical paper. Medical also the same. Medical also quantitative related. The validation must be done very well. Okay. Engineering failure analysis the same, quantitative. Empirical nexus. Okay. Financial data also. Then don't forget, for review paper, there is no instrument. You don't require data. All right, you don't require data. This is rather a different scope altogether. All right, and for those who want to also read all the latest papers, you can follow our Facebook page. We always share all our clients' latest papers as well. Okay, and when you're writing a paper, thesis, all of you know. One moment, there's a question. Doctor, if the questionnaire was validated in English and Malay among students, then adopt it among patients with heart disease. Pilot the questionnaire among the patient. If the questionnaire was validated in English and Malay among students, then adopt it among patient. If it's for the same purpose, you don't need to. If it's for the same purpose. Okay, but if it's for a different purpose, then maybe your questionnaire might not even work. Maybe. Might not even be suitable, to be fair. You must think about it also. Okay, I don't know. I might be wrongly advising you because I don't see your study. But is it really just, well, you need to really check out because the respondents are completely different spec. Suranuta, share what? Sorry, please kindly explain what do you want me to share? Okay, and also this is another very great example of language engineering. For those who are submitting papers without proofreading their publication, your chances of rejection is very, very high. This is a prime example of that. SCI Q1 impact factor 5.318 from UTM, a very good systematic review paper, and that is what we did to the paper. Okay, and when went for revision, when you went for submission, very smooth. Pop editor went through one minor revision. I think within 4 or 5 months, paper accepted. Okay, so language is a very very major part of your journey. Always proposal or make sure that you proofread your proposal, thesis, paper. Proofreading, perfect language is very, very, very important. Okay, very important. Otherwise, people would not appreciate what you're doing. Suranuta, okay, all these papers you can find it in our Telegram group. You can, okay, you can find all of this in our Telegram group. If you cannot find it, just nudge me in Telegram group. I will try to tag it again, okay, or share it again. And for those who are working towards their proposal and thesis, please take note. We are offering ultimate thesis package up to 30% off. Proofreading, translation, and formatting services. Okay. And we are the one and only language warranty provider. Same goes to publication. Publication, you get 10% and 20% off. For Q1 paper and Q2 paper, Web of Science corpus, we always propose paraphrasing. The outcome is very, very good. That's what you get end of the day. Thesis usually proofreading, editing, structuring should be okay. Should be okay. But publication requires further very, very high precision language. Okay. And no matter how long the examiners take, no matter how long the reviewers take for your journal, when they come back, if they say there's any language warranty, any language problem, you can always come back. We will recheck for free because you have warranty. Okay. Um, is it okay if you keep producing articles without having thesis? Yes, you can. I did that also. Okay, after I wrote a few papers only, I start writing my proposal. And then I continue writing few more papers, then I wrote my thesis. It's okay. It's totally fine. Okay. So today's notes, okay, not only this, we also gonna get did I share it here? You also gonna get our latest template. Okay, latest template, and then you also going to get a paper, essential elements of questionnaire design and development. Okay, essential elements of questionnaire design and development, and guidelines for developing interview questions also. For those who are doing quali, I'm going to share this note with you as well. Who wants this note? Who wants quali notes here? Please kindly comment. And who wants quantitative note here? Please comment. Comment quantitative, comment qualitative, so I will know the difference. Okay, and for those who are in our Telegram group, we will also email this to you, and I'll be sharing this new template today in our Telegram group. Okay, so kindly comment which one do you guys want? Do you want the quanti one or the quali one? I do one qualitative, and then we have quanti, we have quali. Anyone else? Anyone else? Quickly, please. We're going to end the session already. Both quanti, I want both qualitative notes, quantitative notes. Okay, I'm going to give you all of it. Okay, so how to request for it? Very, very simple. Go to my website. My website is right there. Okay, so I'm going to share the link with all of you. Let me let them all finish commenting. Now only I'm getting all the powerful comments. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share the website link with all of you. It's coming up right now. As usual, go down. You can watch my video if you want to. It's a very nice video. Okay, I have to be honest. All our services here, consultancy services and language services, you can find over here. Translation is our major part when it comes to instrument. Okay, and also abstract. We really focus on those. And then you can further scroll down. This is our 11 steps framework, which I'll be updating soon into 12 steps. And then you can request for all the information here. Okay, full name, contact number, email address, language. You can select consultancy, select others, say second March notes, and then click this. Okay, I've given the link already here. Okay, or here I will share it again. Okay, to all of you. Now, before you go today, we are not done yet. Don't worry. This is where we are located. All right, in Cyberjaya, in case if you want to see me, talk to me, discuss about your work and so on. I am located here, but I have to be honest, I'm very, very busy. It's not easy to grab me. If you can grab me. If you have any issues, you can also WhatsApp me. This is our Google review, the only academic consulting firm in the world to have 1,385 star reviews. No one else have. Okay, you can check and see throughout the world. All right. So nothing to worry in terms of quality. If you have any issue, you can always come and discuss with us. Okay. But we are very busy. We might take time to respond to you. So have patience. Yeah. That's my WhatsApp link. You can contact me directly if you wish to. Okay. So before you go, don't forget these are the upcoming classes which you can register yourself with the Linktree link I've given to you. 23rd March, we're going to focus on writing review paper. 30th March, we're going to focus on choosing theoretical framework. Okay, theoretical framework, another very specific class. Okay, so that's all for today. Before you go, my humble request to all of you, please, please, please take 1 minute, tag your friends in the comment column. Press add and tag your friends, and don't forget to hit the share button and also like button. Don't forget three things: tag your friends in the comment column, at least one friend each before you go, hit the like button and hit the share button. Okay. So thank you very much for your time today. I will see you in what, 1 or 2 weeks time. Okay. Thank you very much, Hanafi. Thanks everyone for joining today. Department of Industrial and Engineering, Durban University, South Africa. Thank you very much for joining the whole department. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Thanks for tagging. Don't forget, guys, please do what they're doing. Help out others. That's very, very important in this world. Thank you, Hezar. Thank you, everyone else. Thanks for joining. And also inform your friends. We have 2 more class upcoming for this month. Okay. Thank you very much. See you all.